Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, pull on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, pull on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, pull on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, pull on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch and you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for this, I never switch, you never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
I play with these skills. Ice all on my wrist, AOB, just all off of getting money since I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, that I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick, then he with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out the back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the bip. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crush.
Watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all in the wrist, I never switch.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hey!
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Here's Newton. Pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now it's Ginn. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
I got it.
And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
5-9. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, tight.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59.
Throwing now is Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Panthers will take over now, first and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Cam, option left, and an alley to run. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Ready? Ready? Gun.
Now on 2nd and 13. Newton, and they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
20. 8.
The shotgun snap for Newton. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. Past the 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Newton now to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
All right, I need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Here's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and on the season now that... is 9 sacks for him. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready. 5-8, 5-8. Black 5-4. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Breeze, a quick throw out to Thomas. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
5-1.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
At the 38-yard line.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
20 seconds.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Come on, one thing for sure, you know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a third down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared. 59 mark. 59 mark. Check.
Shotgun now for Brees. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Kill.
Brees now. And he'll go right back to Thomas. Complete again. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. 61. Matchbox lights. Check 43.
Brees going to try and throw on third down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check 4. Great. SOS. 20.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. From the end zone, Newton gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
47 to Mike, boy. 47. Check. 47. Don't get nervous. Deuce.
Throwing is Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's Ginn. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Ready. 95, 56. 59. Target.
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Watch the edge. Check three. Check.
The final shot before half for Breeze. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze rolling to his right, toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target, and it's third down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Breeze lost the football. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
For your set. 180. Gun. Hey, check line 47. Check line 47. I'm coming. Go. 80. Check out.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 47.
Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drops. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
You're good, you're good. I'm forward, ready.
Throwing on second down. Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Ready.
Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. On second and 7. Newton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now it's Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 11th. Sack of the year.
16 yards. And it's fourth down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
All right, zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the fourth quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensitive. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
21. Mike 54. Hey, wahoo! Watch the slants. Watch the slants. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go, G. Get on. Sammy. Out. Switch. Wait. 54.
They begin on the ground with Kamara.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Ross Cockrell, there to knock that one away. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton taking a shot for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. This will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They run it again with Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Luke Kuechly able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a one-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. One-score game. This drive here can erase.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time it's a set. Come on, fellas.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And open here is Hogan. He's got it. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down.
Gun. You got tight. You got tight right there.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
This pass complete. Newton finding right. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now it's Newton. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Wright's got it. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina first down. He'll look to throw. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Saints' 9-yard line.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. One last throw here for Newton. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jarius Wright finding the end zone on the game's final play as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Oh, he missed. He missed the extra point. They got the touchdown they desperately needed on the final play, but the PAT is no good, and they go down in defeat. So a very interesting final chapter to this proverbial book here in this one, because they were in field goal range, could have won it with a field goal, elect to go for the touchdown. I still don't know what they were doing.
As great as this game was and as dramatic an ending as we had, the post-game press conference is going to be key, because they're going to be asking Coach, why not a field goal attempt there? You got an opportunity to win it right there with your guy, and instead you run another play.
Yeah, we might need to stop by that press conference on our way out the back door here.
Yeah, just slow down the plane for us, all right? We got to get an answer before we go.
So for New Orleans, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.